So what do mangosteens have to do with anything? Not mangoes, mangosteens. They were sitting in a wooden crate at the organic grocer's, singing a wordless, dusty purple cadence, almost bruised, looking bigger than a golf ball, smaller than a tennis ball. $15 for 3 of them, which felt slightly ridiculous. But I'd been studying value, light, middle tones, dark, what lives in the shadows, and they were perfect for that. Years ago in Thailand, I remember my sweet brother loved mangosteens. I've never tasted one. I do remember the color and how much he enjoyed them. When the produce clerk sliced one open for me last week, I could see that the inside was white. It was luminous, almost floral, a little science fiction looking, even. Kind of weird. It was tangy and sweet in a way that surprised me. I was in, so I bought them and I brought them home to study and then to eat. So look, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about whether I'm a great painter or not. I'm a painter, but I'm always working the problem of painting. I know all great painters have done that. So I just follow that path. There's something in the story here for us that's beyond art and beyond music that I want to share with you. Years ago, Marlo said something to me. We were having an argument, and it attached itself to some accumulative debris that I had always been carrying. He told me someone who mattered to me a lot, didn't think I was a very good painter. Maybe what he said was true, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he made it up. He could have done that in anger. I don't know if it really matters. I know that the sting stayed, and it amplified my underlying wound. It lived somewhere underneath my ribs and my heart, and it kept asking, what if they're right? That question, it shaped a lot of my human experience. That version of me who needed to be reassured before I could begin whatever. The part of me that scanned the room, even imaginary rooms, for approval. The rooms of the psyche, concrete rooms, didn't really matter. The identity of being the one who's promising, but not quite good enough. This idea that I had to prove myself in order to take up my seat of belonging on this planet. And over the last 5 years, estrangement, death, fire, illness, so much burned down that I didn't get to choose. My house burned down, along with everything I owned in the world with it. I was living with betrayal I knew nothing about. My partner died. My body nearly followed. I didn't get to negotiate with those kinds of endings, just like I wasn't able to negotiate the trauma and drama of my early childhood. Somewhere in the maelstrom, the belief that I could control how I was perceived started on its journey to hospice. The belief that if I had just worked harder or softened myself enough, got another certification, tried longer or harder, explained better, that I could somehow manage the story other people told about me, as well as the story that I told about myself. And I'm not referring to the actual facts of the events that happened. The story I'm referring to is the psychology of it all. I was tired of waiting for the room to approve me. Tired of pausing my brushstroke because of a sentence someone once said, not just the one I alluded to. Tired of outsourcing my sovereignty. I didn't become fearless. Here's what happened, though. I paint mangosteens, imperfect studies, dusty purple light against shadow. I practice jazz chords when my fingers feel clumsy and tell me, are you freaking kidding me? I speak into a microphone on video, even when my voice is shaky, and I can judge myself relentlessly about it all being less than perfect. And it's not because I no longer care about what anybody thinks. It's because that version of me who required approval to proceed, she's in hospice. People can survive a long time in hospice too. So can thoughts, so can feelings. But the territory is definitely one of diminishment. I pick up the brush anyway. I stay in the discomfort without trying to make it disappear. I let the feelings surge on through without mistaking them for instructions. And here's what I want you to hear. What feels so terribly important. If you can't make the feelings go away, if the rumination circles, at first like a twin-engine Cessna picking up speed to feel like a Boeing 747, if you can't do what everyone thinks is right, including your thinking mind, nothing's wrong. Not a thing. It's okay to have all the feelings. Healing is not the absence of activation. It is the presence of awareness within it. When I stay present, even with insecurity, even with grief, even with that old sting under my ribs and in my heart, something shifts. Awareness creates space. Space becomes capacity. Capacity brings with it the ability to make choice. And choice is how it keeps becoming who I am on this planet. Blossoming into who I'm meant to be. Living in the fullness of my birthright. It's here for you too. Boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka laka, boom. Until next time, friends.